couple of things crossed my desk this week that reminded me that I think the way we're all about to drive is going to change in the next few years. One of them was a notice from the city of Lafayette in Indiana that said that they were working with the University at Purdue on a kind of centralized control for traffic that would be able to see all of the speeds of cars going over magnetic plates on the ground and red lights and all the red light cameras, and then adjust things from a central post to make traffic move more smoothly. Another one was a notice from Ann Arbor where they're about to embark on a test to let cars talk to each other. 3,000 of them are going to be embedded with sensors that can tell each other where the cars are and how fast they're going. This is all part of letting cars learn to drive themselves, of course, but it used to be called Intelligent Vehicle Highway Systems when I first started covering it. And back then I thought it was a terrible idea. They built a test track in San Diego, actually, that was all sensored up and had cameras and motion sensors, stuff like that. And the computers that read all of that information were going to tell the cars on the road how to drive. It's a terrible idea, right? You centralize this thing, as soon as it breaks, you have an accident at 80 cars going 90 miles an hour platooned into a road train or something, and then the city gets sued, they never build one again. But of course, what the Google self-driving car thing kind of starts to solve, Sebastian Thrun and his AI research at Stanford starts to solve, is letting the intelligence reside in the car, right? The car itself knows how to drive. Now, what's interesting about that? It's not that the car is smart, but that the collective of cars are smart because they're going to talk to each other. The cars are going to tell each other where to drive, how fast to go. And that means that they're going to be behaving as what's called a collective. They're going to be engaging in the same behaviors as a school of fish or a flock of birds. There are some really smart researchers looking into what those behaviors are. A guy named Ian Cousin, or another one named Dirk Helbing, who are trying to understand the numbers behind flocking behavior. But one of the things that happens in almost every case is that you get, from very simple basic principles, emergent properties, right? The behaviors start to come out in ways that nobody expected. Now, cars are a two-dimensional case because they don't go up and down, not a three-dimensional case like a school of fish or a flock of birds. But some principles do seem to hold. Now, what does this mean when all the cars on the 5 between San Francisco and LA are all talking to each other instead of having the people in them driving? Well, when a predator swims through a school of fish, for example, there's a sort of characteristic little whorls of fish that emerge as they try to get away from the shark. So I gotta wonder, what counts as a predator when you have a school of cars swimming down the road? Now, they don't all have the same destination like the flock of birds does, but that's okay because when they're all platooned together, they essentially act the same way. So like, is the guy in the Ferrari going 180 miles an hour who's got the auto drive turned off, is he the predator? Is he the shark? Am I, in my little Jetta, the minnow trying to get away? This doesn't sit that well with me, I have to admit. I'm an Angelino, and I know this is not the greenest way to think about the world, but I kind of have my identity wrapped up in my car a little bit. I sort of think of cars as freedom and driving as evidence that I am independent and have power over my environment. I know that that's not how we're supposed to think about things anymore, but I can't really help it. So I feel a little bit weird about the idea that that symbol of my independence is now going to be subsumed into a Borg-like collective as we travel around the city or get on the highway. Still, on the other hand, I suppose it's better than being that guy in the Ferrari.